What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Dougie D Fresh, and today we are talking about One Piece chapter 1115. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like so YouTube knows you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to tap in with the future content, and hit the post notification bell if you want to be notified of said future content. Now let's get into it. You know, I really wonder if there was anyone out there that let out a sigh when we saw Wano, because we are in the middle, we're in the part of the story where we are checking in with different parts of the world that we've seen before. You know, we get to see a glimpse of Zoe, we get to see Foxy, and we just been getting a bunch of cameos. We get to see Kokoyashi Village, but people wanted to be out of Wano so bad. I was okay with moving on from Wano, but I did not so desperately want to move on from there because there was many things that I wanted to see still in Wano. But let me know if you guys were at all like, oh my gosh, Wano again, like I'm so tired of seeing this place. But speaking of Wano, I am curious to know what Momonosuke knows about Joy Boy, because we know that Momonosuke read Oden's logs, but in this chapter Momonosuke says, oh, Joy Boy, so you were a pirate like Luffy. Like, how does he not know that Joy Boy was a pirate? What is written about Joy Boy on the poneglyphs? What did Oden write about Joy Boy in the logs? Maybe he didn't write everything, maybe he just wrote as much as like, oh, Joy Boy is the savior of the world and he will be reincarnated by someone else that has the powers of Sun God Nika or something like that. That's my assumption at this point, but let me know. One person I did not expect to see in this story again was Damaro Black. Why is this man dressed up like the Kid Pirates? That was one of the highlights of the chapter for me, honestly, because I was just sitting there like, that's not Kid, who is that? And just to see Damaro Black and his homies is insane, especially with everything going on, like Kid coming from Wano and getting, you know, decimated by Shanks, which the Kid Pirates will return. I'm wondering if Damaro did this while the Kid Pirates were locked up in Wano, and they've just been locked up since then, because what other point in the story would it really make sense? You know, we don't know how long he's been there, but I feel like the next time we see them, maybe they'll be dressed up as the Heart Pirates. So I am looking forward to that. Now we see Mars and Mercury, I believe, walking through the halls of Vegapunk's lab, and they are shooting off hockey, and it is knocking out the transponder snails. So I am now of the mindset, well, I've already, you know, felt like this is probably the case, that the Gorosei have conquerors hockey. Now, I'll be honest, it didn't look that cool and impressive, and honestly, how cool and impressive is it to knock out transponder snails? But given the fact that Mercury, or sorry, I don't think it was Mercury, I think it was Saturn. It was the other person that was knocking out the transponder snails. My bad for misspeaking, but I wouldn't find it hard to believe that they have conquerors, and I think that little panel at least kind of, I'd say it confirms it for me. I don't see why you would show that, why you would have them, you know, have the status and the power they do, especially when you look at someone like Mercury, who is just unfazed by Luffy's attacks, and not give them conquerors hockey. Now Vegapunk in this chapter, he is saying a lot of stuff, but he's really confirming a lot of stuff that us One Piece fans knew. Now, we didn't know about, you know, the world being underwater, but that was a theory people could have assumed based off old Wano, and I'm sure there were people out there that thought that. But him just saying like, oh, Joy Boy actually had the powers of Sun God Nika, so the myth of Sun God Nika came forth, and then I'm assuming that's what made the fruit become a thing. Then Joy Boy ate the fruit, and then that's how we got Joy Boy. And, you know, as One Piece fans, at least for me, like someone that's a little more into it, a little more hardcore than your average fan. I mean, I have a whole channel, and it's one of the mangas that I talk about, but I still enjoyed seeing this stuff because it just let me know that once we get to Elbaf, and once we get like the final poneglyph we need to get to Lodestar, or sorry, not to Lodestar, whatever the final island is. I think Lodestar is the one that's thought to be the final island, but actually isn't. But once we get to Elbaf, hear about the legend, like I feel like we're really going to hear about the legend of Sun God Nika, and then from there, either the man marked by flames will show up in Elbaf, or we're going to go to the man marked by flames after. So I am looking forward to all of that. So I think Elbaf might be shorter than Egghead, but still might give us some information and excitement. I think Elbaf might end up being what people thought that this island might be. We might just get some information, but it might be a pretty chill arc of the Straw Hats resting and really figuring out their next move. That's what I'm expecting for Elbaf. And another, Vegapunk is a very objective speaker. He is, when he said he's not trying to cast judgment on who's good and evil, he was being serious. He's just like, well, I don't know exactly who was good or bad, but all I know is that there was two different ideologies, and that's what the battle was about. And that makes me wonder, like, that makes me really want to know what the Gorosei and especially Imu know, because I feel like Oda dropping that hint has to be for a reason. I think he's trying to talk to us through Vegapunk, because we view it, for some people, I said for the most part, view it as, oh, the Gorosei are just evil, Imu's evil. And of course the celestial dragons are horrible, things they do is horrible, but the Gorosei and Imu are kind of divorced from that. They are more, you know, just trying to maintain some type of order in the world and control over the people, which, you know, that could be more gray depending on who you ask. That could be just seen as straight up evil depending on who you ask. So I understand Vegapunk's perspective, and I think that the ancient kingdom might not be without faults either, because at the end of the day, they might have made the ancient weapons that we now see today. So we don't know exactly all the details, but I am excited, very, very excited to finally get that flashback. Shout out to Stussy and shout out to Edison, but what is next for Stussy, and why does Kaku seem so interested? I wouldn't be surprised if Kaku defected from CP0, because I mean, he already did it for CP9 and he's seen some even crazier stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, you know what, at this point I've done what I could, I'm out, fuck this shit, I'm not working for these big ass kaiju, this is crazy. Because he obviously has to be there for a reason, and Stussy's walking around talking about she has no purpose with Stella being dead, and Edison's kind of feeling the same way. I still wonder what's going to happen with Lilith, and I'm trying to remember, I don't remember the other satellites that are currently alive besides Lilith and Yort and Edison. I believe there's one more, but I don't remember his name. I still think it's kind of crazy Shaka really just died. Like, Oda, I mean, I guess we got to see how it plays out still because it's One Piece, but damn, Oda really killed him. Like, he really just got shot in the head and died. That was crazy. But I mean, this is something I've been wondering too. What is the fate of Egghead? Was the fate of the satellite? So I'm curious to see what the next step for Stussy and especially Kaku is going to be. Frankie being clutch like Frankie does. This man saved Bonnie's life. They're literally out here. The Giants like, hey, be careful for this old man because he can cut anything. And then Frankie just swoops in, fucking saves her life at the last second. And also, you know, Juro just looking clean as fuck. Damn, I think he basically cut the Labo phase in half, and then the Seraphim and the other agents were falling down. I was like, damn, relax. I wish I remembered what S-Hawk's face looked like, because I wonder if S-Hawk was impressed or just like, whatever. You know, I could do that on a good day too. But that was just, I love that double spread panel. I think we got 2 double spreads in a row. We got that one, and then we got the underwater ancient architecture when Vegapunk was talking about the continent pieces or whatever. I just want to know so badly what's going on with that. But that was a beautiful shot with the fish in the background and the ruins of the world. And I'm kind of surprised the fishmen like don't seem to know more about this, because, you know, they live under the water. So I also wonder what is going on with all that. Now, just a rundown. It was nice. It was nice seeing Shibasuki Village and Kokoyashi Village. Just very small snippets. But I'm wondering, Oda, what do you have planned for Nojiko? Why was she trying to get out of there when listening to Vegapunk's transmission? Like, it could just be a throwaway thing, but this is One Piece, so I have to overthink and overanalyze everything. What does Nojiko know? And then the Marines are stressing, talking about they got to do their job, and I just had to remember that Kizaru is still just sitting there chilling. Like, what is this man doing? Like, I know he's obviously probably like, damn, I don't have to interfere anymore. The Gorosei are all here, which I assume he would know just based off their hockey. If all the other Marines know, of course he knows. But I wonder, is he like in a medical bay right now? Is he just in his room on the ship chilling? Like, what is Kizaru up to? I want to see just a little snippet. And then we get to see the Sakura Kingdom. We get to see Miss Golden Week. At least that, I'm pretty sure that's who it is. But we got confirmation that Ranos is what destroyed Lelouch. I made that video so long ago, and I was so sure that Uranos was what destroyed Lelouch, because I was like, it either has to be an ancient weapon or something of ancient weapon level strength. But it's like, damn, that would mean Vegapunk created an ancient weapon. I was like, no, I think it's just Uranos, especially since it came from the sky, and it seems like that has been confirmed this chapter. So the only ancient weapon left to see is Pluton, because we know Pluton is in Wano. We know that Shirahoshi is Neptune, and we know that Uranos is in the hands of the world government. So we currently know who's in control of all of the ancient weapons. So it's just a matter of seeing how they decide to use them. And the war continues in the background. Imu and the Gorosei's mission. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. Hold on. Imu and the Gorosei are currently fighting a war against the sun god Nika, aka the Straw Hat Pirates, and their allies, and this final war is getting closer and closer, so I cannot wait for it. But that is the end of the video. If you made it this far, first of all, thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. If you want to tap in with the future content, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified of said future content, hit that post notification bell. It has been your boy Dougie D Fresh, and I'm out. Peace.